right. Hands in the middle. I was going to lead us in our chant.
Yeah, Sally.
Swimming is not just for
Fishes! Good job. Okay. Now, if you can sit down. But today is our last day, and part of the focus of our last day is you guys taking ownership, so it's fitting that someone from the class led the chant.
The objectives for the day. We're going to introduce breaststroke. Now, breaststroke can be a competitive stroke. Professor Moore swam breaststroke competitively, I believe. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes. But we're going to emphasize its usage as a resting stroke, just because for most of you, you're not going to be swimming competitively in the breaststroke. But if you're using the free stroke to get fit and you're out there and you need a rest, the breaststroke is a good way to rest. It uses this amount of energy. And we're going to review the backstroke in greater detail since we didn't get to go over that as much our last class. We're going to review open turns. We're going to give you guys an opportunity to demonstrate what you've learned so far in the last 3-4 days. And we're going to reassess your guys' confidence in the pool. Going back to the pre-assessment, we're going to take those again to see where you've progressed.
Perfect. So before we get into the water today, I'm going to take you through 2 dry land exercises, and this will help to prepare you for the kick or breaststroke once you get into the water. So we can probably go in the shade, maybe like right here, and just gather around. The first exercise, I guess the second exercise, you'll be laying down on your stomach. So maybe give yourself enough room in between people. So
With goggles. Grab one as you pass.
perfect. So there are 4 phases during your breaststroke kick, and we're going to do one on each individual legs. As Patrick mentioned, the breaststroke, for the sake of the class, will be used as a resting stroke. So essentially, this means that you'll be using less energy as you move one end to the other end of the pool, and it will take a longer time versus a free stroke or freestyle stroke where it's more of a power movement. So you want to make sure you have the correct form before we enter into the water, and allowing yourself to work on dry land will help, especially where you're near in a pronated position on your stomach. It'll help you to engage the correct muscles before you enter into that same prone position in the water. So there are 4 phases to the kick, and we're going to do it on our right leg first, and then we'll practice on our left leg. So I'm going to stand this way. The first phase is called the recovery. So what you're going to do is you're going to drive your heel to your glute as you flex your knee back. And as you do this also, your ankle and foot will come into dorsiflexion. So this is the recovery. So from here, you go into what's called the catch, and this is the second phase. So from here, you're going to, I'll turn this way. You're going to abduct your leg about 45-degree angle out. And then from there, you're going to move into the third phase, which is called the out sweep. And you are going to then extend your leg and plantar flex your ankle and foot. And then the in sweep, the final phase, is when you will then just bring it back to the original position. So together we're going to go through that, and I want you guys to say each phase with me as we work through. So first phase is called recovery phase.
Recovery phase.
Okay, recovery phase, you're going to drive that heel up to your glute as you dorsiflex your ankle and your foot. Second phase is the catch. Catch. Perfect. So this is when you then abduct your leg out while keeping your foot still in dorsiflexion and your knee flexed up. The third phase is called the out sweep. Out sweep. And this is when you will extend your leg out and you will plantar flex your foot. And then the fourth stage is called the in sweep. So you'll bring your foot back down. So we're going to go through that one more time, and as we move through it, I want us to say it together. So we'll go recovery, and then we'll go to the catch, out sweep, in sweep. Okay? Does anyone have any questions before we practice? Cool, let's do it. Okay, so recovery, catch, out sweep, in sweep. Perfect. So exactly, as Brendan just actually demonstrated, you want this movement to feel more fluid. And so when you're in the water, this is just helping to break down the different phases, but when you're actually swimming in the water, this should be a complete and fluid movement. Now we're gonna do it 2 times on the left foot. And again, I want you to, as we go through it, say it with me, and we will work through it together. So the first phase, recovery, catch, out sweep, in sweep. One more time. Recovery, catch, out sweep, in sweep. Perfect. So again, are there any questions or clarifications needed? Perfect. Okay, now we are going to lay prone position on our stomachs. So if you actually want to stand up and watch me first demonstrate it, so then you can have an idea, or you can lay down, whichever is comfiest. I just want you guys to be able to see me. So in this movement, we are going to essentially be doing the whole movement together with both legs. And as you lay on your stomach on the ground, you'll notice how this eliminates any hip flexion that might occur as you drive your knee or your heel to your glute. And that's also what you want to occur in the water to help resist drag and to help propel you forward. So in this exercise, can everyone see me? Cool. Okay, we're gonna essentially, so you can have your arms, like in front of you or wherever it's comfortable. And you're going to start with your feet extended and pointed. So then we move through all 4 phases again. So the first phase is the recovery. Perfect. So this is when you'll drive both your feet up, heel to glutes, and your ankles are in dorsiflexion. And then the second phase, catch. Perfect. So this is where you'll then move both legs out. And then the third phase, out sweep, is when you'll go down and plantar flex your feet. Yeah, make sure you have room in front of you. And then the fourth phase, in sweep, you'll bring it back together. So a way, it's sort of, if you just imagine yourself as a frog, it's like similar to the movement that you're doing. And you want this to be a, fluid movement that feels more complete as you do it. So does anyone have any questions? Cool. So I want you guys to do 5 reps of that, and then we'll kind of just walk around and make sure that you guys are having the right form. Yeah, you can spread out if you need more room, or scoot forward if you need more room.
Nice job making it a fluid movement.
What? You can also be thinking that essentially your heel is drawing a big circle around as you move through the movement.
What?
If that helps to envision it.
Yeah. Also, if you tried being a little more fluid with it, I know you're breaking your steps, but you're more fluid.
Obviously.
It's like you're stopping after each distinct step. So if I think you do another time. Oh, beautiful. Looks perfect.
You guys get stuck. Swimming is not just for.
It is.
You guys are so enthusiastic. So this is essentially the movement you'll be now working on in the water, and Patrick is now going to guide you through the complete breaststroke movement.
All right, get in the pool. 2 people to a lane.
Sorry.
You want to get over in this lane with Brad?
Let's make a group of 3. What? Yeah. Let's make a group of 3. Yeah.
All right. So Caitlin just taught us how to do the breaststroke kick. Now we're going to practice that using kickboards, and I'm going to eventually teach you arms and then how to put them both together. So you know how to do the breaststroke. Now let's recall what was the first phase of the breaststroke kick? Recovery. And then we had catch. Sweep. Right? Okay. So we're going to practice that using kickboards. So we're going to want to do it in a more fluid movement, not breaking it down, but doing it like a frog. And at the end of each kick, this is the in sweep, right? It's going to act like your legs are snapping back together, almost. So we want to imagine it's snapping back together. And then at that phase, you're going to want to glide, because at the end of our breaststroke kick, when we add in everything and we're doing it, there's going to be a nice glide. So let's go ahead and grab the kickboards. And at the end of the kicking phase, the in sweep, I'm going to want you guys to glide. Yes. Yeah. So Michael's going to demonstrate that for us. Nice glide, frog-like kick. Good.
I'll come back. You gotta get in all the way. Bounce up and down.
So, any questions about that? All right, so let's go ahead and practice that, heading down to the line where the teachers are. Go there, and then have the other person in your group go, and then you guys all come back, one at a time. So let's go ahead and try that.
Good. You can try and even glide baseball first. Yeah. So that's more restful. That way, it's more competitive.
Go ahead and come back if you aren't getting feedback from the teacher. If you are, that's okay.
Good. Does it look good?
It's like, I think you're still a little much. You're getting somewhere. You're getting somewhere. Try to bring
You guys like what you saw, teachers?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I think people have the concept of everything that is snapping back together. Jenna was talking about that, like really making sure that your feet come back together, your knees come back together at the end.
Okay.
Would be something that you guys could do that. Perfect. Yeah. That's very good.
Okay. So I think we're ready to move on to the arms. So can we go ahead and bring your attention back to me, set the kickboards down. So we're going to break the arms down into two phases. The first is going to be the pulling stage, which begins when your arms are outstretched at the end of your glide, or while you're gliding. And how this stage works is your fingers are together, and at the end of your glide, you're going to turn your hands outward and kind of push this way, like you're opening a curtain, That's how you start. And then you're going to pull the water, and you don't want your elbows to go beyond your shoulders. You're just pulling yourself forward. And then at this point in the stage is when your head is coming out of the water, and you're taking a breath, and you're arching your back, and chin out of the water, breathing. And that is the end of the pulling stage. The end of the pulling stage. You're taking that breath, and then you're bringing your hands back together, like this at your chest, and then you begin the thrusting stage. So at the thrusting stage, as your shoulders are up and your arms are together, you're gonna wanna enter your hands back into the water like this, and your head down like this, and essentially just gliding. And you're thrusting down into the water, hands, palms back down to the pool, and just gliding. Like we're gliding with the kick, so now you're gliding, your palms are back down, and then you start it over. Nice like that. So you want to give a demonstration from one of our teachers? Is there any cues I might have missed in my explanation? No? Okay, so are there any questions? Thrust, pull, breathe. So I think we're ready to practice that. If you want to grab one of these bad boys, I'll get it.
Again, if you're cold, bob up and down. Don't get halfway warm, halfway in, because that's when you get colder, actually. You'll be warmer if you keep your body neck down in the water. And just bob. When you're ready, you guys can come.
Into the line.
Good. I kind of think that's ice cream.
Can I give you a couple pointers?
Go ahead and come back if you don't have any questions from the teacher.
When you are doing your program, you're breathing after you've already pulled down. And you want this motion to push you out of the water, like wow.
Yeah.
So let it be like
Right.
pushing
So
you out of the water.
yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna work on it.
I need to be able to
Your arms are going really high. When you can get, this is like power, if you keep them like a steel bowl, but upside down. Yeah? So that your elbow's more and closer to your body. For that pull back. But your rhythm is really good.
Yeah,
On stroke. And you're breathing it.
So just a reminder, our elbows aren't going beyond our shoulders. It's all in here, and you're really pulling up, arching your back to get that air. It's not, out wide like this. It's, your elbows aren't going back here. Staying nice and in. But for the most part, they look pretty good. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the full breaststroke. So go ahead and put the full buoys up. The key to the breaststroke is really the timing of the kick and the arms, because they're not happening at the exact same time. So basically, the beginning of the kick, what's this phase called? Recovery. So the recovery begins at the thrusting stage. So when you're here, when you begin, put your hands back in the water, that's when the recovery stage begins. So it's not, this and this at the same time. It's when you're here, that's when your feet are coming back. Recovery stage begins at the beginning of the rest stage. And then, you snap your legs as you're beginning that fly. So, can you guys imagine? Because the whole point of this is that you're getting a nice glide, a nice restful glide into that next stroke. So you're not gonna, can we just have someone demonstrate that for me, the timing of that? Did I see that? So see how the pull and then the snapping of the legs are happening at different. Yeah.
If you guys want to put your goggles on and watch underwater, that might be also helpful.
So that gives us a really good idea of how the arm sweep out and pull in aren't happening at the same time as what's this face called? Yeah. So that's the real emphasis on the timing right there. You saw how the two parts are happening at different times, and then you're gliding into it as your legs are snapping. So, are there any questions? All right. Let's go ahead and try that. Imagine yourself taking a nice, restful stroll in the water, taking a break from that freestyle to a nice, restful breaststroke down to the teachers.
That last stroke was your best one. Right. Yeah.
Go ahead and stay there. Go ahead and stay right there for just one moment. So, but anyway, as we can see, like the timing's a bit tough. Just remember you're going to want to have that snapping going as you're gliding into that. So try to think about that, but really just focus on a nice glide, a nice restful stroke. Go ahead and come back to me.
Right, so synchronizing is having that downswing and the forward at the same time. So you want all your forward propulsion. You want to have a kind of a forward propulsion phase and a glide phase. So, also have it together, and that's the so watch it. So let me see if I can try and do this with my head out of the water. So glide phase, preparation.
We're going to move into the
Forward propulsion. That
Kind
of break down the phase.
You want to get ready for backstroke? Are you ready now, or do you want me to give them another practice? You ready now? Okay, so hopefully we got a good idea of the breaststroke. Keep in mind, it will be a nice stroke for you to take a relaxing break in the water. I wish we could get more practice with it. We got to work on the timing and stuff and the elbows and whatnot, but now we're going to get back into the backstroke where we left off on Thursday. Michael, take it away.
So with the backstroke on Thursday, we struggled to kind of do some things, and when we talked afterwards, the main thing we struggled with was going straight. So I did some research on techniques that can improve that. there were three main things that I found. So the first thing is finding a guiding line, which is more helpful in an indoor pool than an outdoor pool. But if you can see in the peripherals, like the top of the edge of the wall over there, or if you're good at math, you can like see that this here is perpendicular to the lines and do all that. But anyways, that's the first one, which is more helpful for indoor pools than outdoor pools. But there's two others. The second is keep your body position, and so that's really to focus on the cues that we give you, right? Laying down in bed, head back on a pillow, chin up, eyes to the sky, trying to be flat in the water, the seesaw cue, basically. And then the third one is even pulls with your strokes. So if you're pulling hard with this arm and not pulling as hard with this arm, you're going to move this way. So if you focus on pulling the same with both arms, you're going to actually be able to go straight, more straight. So what we're going to do is we're just going to practice. We're going to go down and back, focusing on each of the cues. So the first cue is, does anyone remember the first cue? Finding a guiding line. So we're going to try and see if there's a way that you guys, if that helps you guys. So instructors, head to the line. Patrick, can you get it?
Yep.
Thank you, my guy. And we're going to practice backstroke down to the guiding line. If anyone have questions about backstroke, I know we did it on Thursday. We talked about the phases of the arms. Anyone have questions about the arms of backstroke, about thinking of backstroke, anything?
Michael, was there anybody not here Thursday?
I wasn't.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me just. Yeah. Will you guys go into this lane, and you guys come to this lane, and I'm gonna talk with you guys. And you guys focus on things like finding guiding lines for the stroke and back. Okay. You guys can start. We'll practice it. Lanes 1, 2, and 3 can start. You guys can go. Okay, so backstroke. We did the kicking. You were here for the kicking, right? On your back with the streamline? Yeah. Well, the good thing is you're moving and you're kicking, right? So the kick is the same. It's a flutter kick. Just super simple. Like we did with the arms you can So the arms you can think of as kind of two semicircles. There's a stroke here, and then a semicircle from here. Kind of back. It's not quite sideways. Yes, yeah.
And breathe deeply.
So the kind of cues that we get from keep the thumbs right, keep the thumbs out. So there's a Pinky's the first one. So the way you can remember that is keep the thumbs right. So let's have you guys practice down here this black line with the breeze not kicking with just the arms. Okay. Hey,
How will you
just
rectify
wherever you're
yourself
at,
as you go?
wherever you're at, except for you two, you're working with Jenna. Wherever you're at here, just trying to look at me. So something that finding a guiding line also you can do in a pool is practice swimming into a lane line and not bumping into it. And that's the way that you can develop an aesthetic awareness of where your body is at in the water. So if that helps you, you can do that. So the second one that we talked about was, sorry, I'm going to find it.
So
Just left my
I'm
line.
gonna
Does anyone remember?
There
There it is. Keep your body position, so focusing on the cues. So for the next few lengths, I want you to focus on that seesaw, head lying back like on a pillow, chin up, and come down and back. So you guys can begin.
And then the slow motion, it's not going to be like the way it is. But if you're kind of like if you like a lot of times I push myself to just kind of like figure it out. I move arms alone. It's okay. But the important part is keeping that core back stitching up so that your hips stay up. So that while you're going, you're able to like take in the surface and actually so let's you see your curve together. How about Avery, you can even do this line so you can try yourself. And then just go down. Like you do 2 strokes on each. Okay? And just test that out. And I'll watch you. Here, don't use the pull.
Don't?
Yeah, no. Okay. No, just straight. Yeah. Yeah. Because that'll help keep your things up. Okay. Yeah, it's oh, yeah, no, because in the back, I know, with one public do you want to, would you feel more comfortable?
All right, if you're on this side, we're going to practice the third cue, and the third cue is
Yeah.
even pulls.
And then just
So
go
even
on that
strokes.
streamline,
So
and then start
let's
right away.
really focus on keeping the same amount of power on each side so you don't go side to side. So come down, go back,
Start on too much, you're just sinking water.
and practicing that.
Chin up.
Go.
It's okay. Try. What? Like, don't feel like you have to push up so hard. But let your kind of do it from the other side. So that like goes down.
Let this be your last one coming back to the wall.
Try this.
Back to the wall. Good. That's good. It's not bad.
That was a lot more put together than the first time.
Yeah, for 5 minutes of practice. It's not bad. Dinner, do you want to do open turns? I think we'll
Yeah, you guys ready?
I'm going to recollect the questions.
How do you feel? This is really good. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I feel like, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Just triple that.
I don't know how
All right. So that's the last. We're going to do a backstroke. Does anyone have any questions regarding backstroke?
You're pretty loose.
Does anyone have one of the 3 styles that help them the most?
Straight in that way. Even pull.
Even pulls.
Yeah. Try it one more time.
Okay.
That shoulder one. That's it one.
Oh,
Things like keep it close.
cool.
I'm gonna teach you.
Definitely. All right. We're going to work on open turns now.
Yeah.
Briefly.
Alrighty. You guys look really good. I'm so proud of you all. I hope you guys are proud of yourselves at the end of this too, because you've come so far and you're making great progress like every minute. So, way to go. I want everyone to kind of give me an idea of what you're feeling with open turns. So I'm gonna have you all close your eyes and you're gonna give me like a thumbs up, thumbs medium, kind of thumbs down on your confidence with the open turns. Yes. Come to the wall, and then you like do the elbow thing, and then you exit. Not a flip turn, just the open turn, not the somersaulting that we did, but the stuff at the wall. Okay, so close your eyes, and show me with your thumb, make it obvious for me how you're feeling with open turns. Okay, right on. You put your thumbs down, open your eyes. So we have a pretty mixed range. I'm going to ask, not Allie, Tyler, would you mind demonstrating our open turns for us? And, well, you show me that you're confident. Also, I want you guys to pay attention and be thinking of the key motions that he does while he demonstrates the open turn, okay? And then we'll talk Go for it. Nice. Okay. What did people see that they think is key to the open turn? Fix his hair. Did the hair touch before going? Nice. Yes. What did you say? His elbow in back. His elbow in back. So like you're elbowing before you do that. Streamline at the end of it was also very strong. Pushed off the wall really hard. Okay. So I want you guys to keep those three elements in mind. Grabbing the wall, the elbowing especially, and then going back into the streamline at the end. So let's start a few steps away, a few strokes away from the wall, and then work your way in. And I want you to use your lane partner as an advice giver and as a critiquer for improving this motion for yourself. Okay? Yes,
Can I
question.
just ask a question?
Yes.
I came to the realization that I was having a hard time not grabbing the wall because I was trying to get my feet to the wall and then push off. Is it
Okay.
correct that your hands come off maybe even before your feet touch the wall, or no?
No, so when you go to the wall, you're going to touch it with both your hands at first. And then you'll use your connection there to draw your knees, both knees up into it, then releasing one hand first to open yourself to that turn with the elbow with one hand and then pushing off and releasing the other hand. Does that make sense? Any other questions? Okay, let's get practicing. And Caitlin, will you work with me? Since you taught it yesterday last time.
When you're not a half a body into it, you want to move your head just like down.
Right back.
And then as you come up, you want to come up here. Kind of feel what's happening. So when you make contact with the wall, your elbows are going to start to bend, and you're going to bring your knees in to the wall towards you. And then, so if you're turning this way, you're going to keep this elbow and back up your elbow towards you. So turn your body up. And then at the same time, you're picking up the foot. You're going to keep your hands near your ears.
Yeah, you can do breaststroke.
Yeah, if you guys are feeling comfortable with it, like Mike said,
And then
feel free to do breaststroke into the wall. Also, to practice the breaststroke
And then with this,
practice
with
the
this
open
one,
turn.
so from here, your feet should kind of be more like this, and getting ready to push off, because you're opening this way. So with this hand, you're going to act like you're flexing your hair, so it's going to come up.
Let's get some practice over here. This lane. Let's go.
Yeah, no, there's more to fun.
I really want you to focus on driving not your elbow this way, down. As soon as I did it, I was like, oh, man. No, this.
You have to come in, I think, with more speed.
Okay.
And then it'll help. Yeah. And then when you drive your knees in, that'll also create fear. So it's almost like one, like the speed should change as you're coming towards the wall and turning.
Okay, I want you guys to do your last open turn, and then we'll move on to the next thing, okay? One more.
Let's focus on getting turned around as quick as possible. Don't worry about, am I going to at the same time? Just think about like,
Yeah. So as you come in, I mean, you have the beginning movement. You're bringing your knees up. There's just this one is going to drive back. And then this is going to come up this way. And then we'll be able to push off.
So it's like, you glide,
Then bring your knees in. Yeah.
and then this one.
Go back exactly. And then, yep.
Yep, exactly. Wow. Great job. That was really good. Yeah. You went through all of the steps. That was perfect. Yes. All right. As you finish, come on back to the wall.
That's why goggles are nice.
It's just like getting there.
All right,
Come on back.
go ahead and come back to the wall, guys.
Back.
Regroup.
Okay. Come on in. All right. Michael is going to take it away
Yes.
with a little.
So when we were talking as a group and discussing what we wanted to do in our block plan, we thought it would be really nice if on day 4 especially, we allowed you guys to have some sort of time to talk about what you've learned with each other or think through what we've done. So this is titled Celebration of Learning, which you guys have, well, most of you guys have had Wakaleme, and it's not a test. Basically, the way that we're looking at this is it's an opportunity for you guys to demonstrate what you guys have learned in a small group setting. So, in your lanes, what I want you guys to do is each one of you, I want you to take 2 to 3 minutes, or 2 to 3 minutes maybe over here, 4 minutes if you have 2 people in your groups, and I want you to tell the person in the other group the most important thing that you learned in the whole class week, and I want you to both demonstrate it. I want you to demonstrate to them, and then I want you to watch them and talk to them about it, and then switch so that you have additional alternatives. So we're going to give you guys some time. The teachers are going to be kind of hanging out and just listening to what you guys thought was important. But this is you guys' opportunity to talk with each other and demonstrate what you found to be important in this course. So we're going to give you guys 10 minutes to do that. Maybe less than that. Probably more like 6 minutes.
Will you notify us like
Yeah,
halfway?
halfway. Yeah. I'll try.
Oh, but we didn't go through it. Yeah, but we never moved on. We just did the,
And feel free to come in and number. You can do breaststroke for each of you want. I'll have this boat. We'll do the breaststroke to.
are you going to do the fourth turn?
It's like every third. Yeah, right. Like, just like the breaking down of everything. Yeah.
with yours.
Halfway, guys.
That's it. Yeah.
Alright, this is my favorite. Your favorite?
Yeah, yeah.
I like to like high knee.
I'm probably better at
All right. That's it for our teaching in the pool. So go ahead and get out of the pool, get your towels, and we're gonna meet over in our standard corner, and we're gonna talk about what we've done.
Alphabetical order by first name. So, if you see yourself, you just got
I was really encouraged to hear what I was hearing from people about what they have learned, because if you think back to what we talked about the very first day, we talked about our 3 objectives for you guys. The first one was about comfortability. The second one was about building basic skills, and the third one was about having fun. And in my conversation with Taylor and Tyler, all 3 of those things got checked off. So Taylor talked about how blowing nose bubbles would help make him feel more comfortable in the water. Tyler talked about how he enjoyed growing in backstroke, and they talked about which strokes they had the most fun with. And so it was really cool to see that those 3 objectives were being fulfilled, as those were the things that we set up at the beginning of these 4 sessions as things that we wanted to have happen. And so that was really encouraging for me.
Okay, with the post-assessments, after you fill them out, I want you to look at the back and compare the 2, like your pre-assessment to your post-assessment, and maybe make a note. I want you guys to kind of, oh here, Kate. It's okay, go for it. I just want this to be a reflection tool for you. Take like literally 30 seconds and think, wow, I improved in this area. Like we just celebrated what you guys have learned in the pool. Think of how that contributes to one of these 3 areas, and just kind of like throw that away as a confidence booster for the rest of the week. You guys achieved something really great this week over the past 4 days. So
You should definitely be proud. I know we keep saying it, but you guys have actually come a long way, and it's really enjoyable to see as teachers how you improve every class.
So hang on to those for now, and then we actually like to collect them at the end so that we can see how you guys felt you improved over the 4 days, okay? But you can hang on.
Perfect. So to wrap up our day, I'm just going to quickly run through what we did today. So the first thing we did was we started with dry land exercises for the breaststroke, and then we moved into the water and learned how to do the breaststroke in water. And then from there, we reviewed backstroke, and we also reviewed open turns. And then we had the celebration of learning, where you guys are all able to show and talk to each other about what you learned and what your favorite strokes or just techniques that you had learned. So to wrap up our time here, does anyone have any questions or clarifications? I'm curious to know what you guys think as a whole, since it's our final day. It doesn't necessarily even have to just be from this day, but like when you look back compared to your day 1 and compare it to today, how are you feeling?
I think my favorite thing that I learned was how to do the turns, or like the because I took a swim class before at my old school, and we never learned how to turn. So it makes it a lot more efficient.
Yeah.
I just want to run through everything that we've done, because it's a long list, and I think it's like a good attaboy. So, treading water, something we did in the first day. We did floats, independent floats. We did kicking with a streamline on both front and back. We did the freestyle stroke. We did backstroke twice, you did breaststroke, you did open turns, you did somersault fun. What else am I missing? Missing anything? So that's I did freestyle. So we did a lot of stuff in 4 days, and you guys rolled with the punches really well. And I think we saw that growth of comfortability, growth of those basic skills, and I hope you guys had fun and having fun swimming. So to close this out, bring it in, come on. Bring it in. One final time, and then you can forget about it for the rest of your life.
Never ever say it again.
All right. Swimming is not just for fishes on 3. 1, 2, 3, swim!